Hi all, thanks for watching. Today we're gonna make a green curry, and we bought this package from the supermarket. It's actually not too difficult. We have to chop all of this up. First, make sure it's clean. Chop it all up, and then we have some chicken here as well. We have some sauces. I'm gonna use a little bit of this, not too much. I don't like this. And we have some coconut milk. Alright, so let's first chop this up. I washed my hands. Hopefully the light of the TL is not too flickery. I hope not. Otherwise we know this for the next video. So we have this one for the trash. Let's just cut it up. All right. Try to make it small. I'm using this one to chop vegetables and this plate over here to cut the chicken. It's very important that you don't mix those together. Before you know it, you have food poisoning or something like that. That's never nice. So let's use the entire courgette. That's how we call it. This family of the cucumber, I always say. Perfect. Two tomatoes, which is not a lot. I could add a little bit more. Very fresh, so it's still quite hard. Let's not let anything go to waste. We use as much as we can. Don't need to be super neat. Just need to heat up in the pan. And this is only one. You can add more of this. We call it paprika here. You can add more of this if you want, but let's just use the ingredients that are all in the box today. You can always add more later on, even though when they're cold, it doesn't matter. If the dish itself is warm, it will heat up, so it's fine. This food is actually nice for a cold winter day. And after working out, because it's chicken, it's always a good idea. I think every man should learn how to cook, to be independent in that field as well. For me, personally, it's also relaxing. You know, chopping things up, maybe have some music in the background, grab a beer while you're cooking. Should be a fun experience. But we're at dry January right now, so I'm not drinking anything. Maybe in the future I can show you a bit. Then we're going to use this one. I'm never a big fan of eggplant. I think it's I think it's disgusting actually, but here we are. Yeah, we only gonna use a little bit because I don't like this. Just a few. And don't complain to me about food waste. This is just, I think it's disgusting. But we'll add a bit because I'm sure it's nutritious. It has some vitamins in there. But it's not that I like it. It tastes like nothing. Nothing. A lot of Asian dishes use this, and also of course in the south of Europe they use eggplants more often, but I'm never a big fan of it actually. I wouldn't call myself a very culinary man, but I like to cook. I like to eat from time to time, especially when I do have time. Otherwise, you know, just eating something to not be hungry again is sufficient. But when I do have time, I like it. So let's see, we still have the chicken left, and we have a bit of the I need to chop an onion. Gonna make this clean, and then I just turn it around so that this place is still dry. Let me dry my hand. All right. You can add more onion if you want. I like onion. It's always good together with meat. All right, let's try to make this tiny. All right, this looks okay. I can make it a little bit smaller still, just here and there. I'm not a cook, I'm not a chef, but I know how to cook, and it's just like making music or a video. It's whatever you add, what you don't add. It has to be a nice mix of what comes up in your mind. So here we have a small checklist. So we already cut all the vegetables. Yes, we can use rice. But what I'm going to do now is I have 2 pans here. I'm going to use this one here on the right for the chicken, and I'm going to put this all together here. You know, first the chicken here and then put it in here and make a nice mix. The reason I do that, I want to make sure that the chicken is well done in a good pan. Usually you all do it together in one pan, but not for this particular instance. Actually, the dish I'm going to make, you can have it for 1 person, 2 person. Apparently, the box says it's for 4 people. It's also bought enough chicken. This is way too much for 1 person. But we can put it in the freezer later, or in the, you know, we can save it for another day actually when we don't have time. And that's always what I like to do. I like to cook once, and then a few days you take it out the freezer, unfreeze it, and in the evening you just need to heat it up. Saves a lot of time. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use oil here from Germany. It's made from these yellow plants. Maybe here it's easier to see. And we're gonna put it in here. And what I also like to do is add a little bit of butter there. Just a slice like this. This also allows you to see when the pan is turning hot. So that's a nice extra. These little tricks. Let's see. That's the other one. Cool. We're slowly going to heat that up. Still need to, let's do an extra wash of the hands. Thanks for cooperating. Yeah, so washed my hands. And we're gonna make sure we chop the chicken in nice pieces. See, we use a different kind of knife to chop it here. Make it small. There's quite a lot of meat, I agree. But that's what you get the energy from. Vegetables is all healthy and everything, of course. But it's also important to have something you can build on. And chicken is full of protein. It's the same as what you have in eggs, what I also like to eat. Again, I'm not really a heavy-duty fitness guy, but after a workout or something, you like to eat something good. I mean, those muscles need to be fed with protein and with this kind of meat. I used to eat a lot of red meat, also not that much no more. Yeah, you're changing over time, you know, you're getting older, your body processes food differently. I see the butter is liquefying in the pan, meaning that it's getting warmer there in the pan. All right. This is a lot of meat. This was 400 grams, but it's okay. After you're done with this, you need to clean the knives properly, and the cooking utensils, everything that you use need to be cleaned properly in very hot water, most preferably close to boiling point. Okay, now this is good. Now we need to cook it up, medium temperature. Let's see, maybe I can put it back a little bit. Yes. And now we're gonna put it in. You see, it's a lot of meat. Let me wash my hands again just to be sure. All right. And if I remember correctly, the chicken needs to be brown a bit before I can turn it back in the other pan. But let's check. I think the heater needs to be higher, but let me just check a bit. Yeah, this is all good for now. So let me make sure that this goes a little bit higher. Yes, this is good. Let's say about 4 minutes. Okay. So what we have to do is we're gonna make sure that this chicken is properly having a little bit hard outside, turns a bit brown. Get the heat of this pan going, and then we heat up the other pan. This is going well. Slowly going to heat up the other pan as well. So now we have some space. This is looking good. Now we can add some of the vegetables. First we're going to start with this onion. Okay, let's see. Then all the other vegetables. Okay, so that's everything. Let's try to mix it. So you can see this is quite a big dish actually. The real secret is in the back here. This is the green curry. And we still have this milk here, giving it a nice flavor. And that's the secret sauce, basically. Yeah. So basically we need 4 more minutes like this. Then we need to add the green curry. Let it be there for another couple of minutes after the sauce is put in. Then you put the cocoa milk in there and then you let it on a low temperature for another 15 minutes so that the whole flavor goes through the chicken and all the vegetables basically. Now you evenly spread this sauce throughout the whole dish. And if it's not spicy enough, you can always add spice. You can even put a red pepper through it. But it really depends on if you can take that heat or if you like it. If you have guests eating with you, then I always make it as normal as possible. Sometimes a bit bland, and they can add their own flavor if they so desire. Okay. This basically has to sit here for a while. You still need to stir it through a couple of more minutes, and then we need to put the heater a bit lower than this one, and then we have 15 minutes that we have to wait until it all blends together. Yeah, it's almost time. Let me see if I can find a good lid. Is this good? Yes, it will work. It will work. Okay. This cocoa milk gonna make sure that it's gonna become a nice sauce. Together with the green curry paste, you can already tell it's becoming one nice thick sauce. And this basically has to just sit here for 15 minutes to get all the flavor into the chicken and into the rest of the vegetables. And that's it. Looks quite nice. You can eat this with rice or something else. It should be eaten with rice. It's kind of an Asian dish. But yeah, you can eat whatever with it. Even potatoes. You can also eat it like this. So now we basically have to wait 15 minutes.